Hello, what's up, guys? Hey, Crazy Cat. Hey, Mohammed. Wow, there are instantly amazing posts on the channel. Oh, nice. Sake made a different channel called NSFW. Nice. Hey, guys, how you doing? Hey, Edson. My first live chat. Nice. So I haven't picked the pencil today. Didn't even warm it up. So I guess we warm up with some gestures. How long has it been since you started this channel? Uh, I'm not sure. I think I opened it way back in 2019, I guess. But started working on it like in COVID times. So you started right away. I haven't made my copy yet. No, no worries, man. I'm just gonna warm up. You get your coffee. I'm also finishing my coffee, so it's okay. By the way, I love that first image you posted, DK. That's so edgy. It would be a nice, maybe Vampirella or Morrigan. If you keep posting like this, it won't be long before channel blows up. Yeah, I hope so. For shortened one, yeah, practiced it a few weeks ago. Going to take a coffee too. Nice. Okie dokie, let's go. Vampirella, yeah. Funny enough, my phone got a new Google tab to search feature update. Used it for first time last night. Loaded a bunch of Vampirella images. I take that as a compliment from search engine. Is Vampirella the bad sister of Cinderella? You could say so. I'm actually amazed that there are still people reading it. I think it's still coming out, right? The comics. What's up, George? How you doing? Are you drawing from reference? Yeah, just warming my hand up. Uh, I'm using this app, uh, this one, uh, Irfan View. This is an old app that you can just dump in local files and it makes a slideshow for you. So this is just to warm my hand up, just draw some lines. It's still published? Yeah, I think so. Had my free day today, nice. Still waiting for 4-day working week, nice, man. At the moment, time for drawing is very volatile, but I think I'll get looser with drawing. Yeah, it also depends on the mood, right? It actually depends too much on the mood. When you feel rested and relaxed, all the drawings are more loose, more flowing, chill. At least it's for me like that. When I'm tired, I get stuck in my head, overthink all the lines I do. Uh, what age did you start drawing and would you say you were naturally talented? Uh, I mean, actively, I started like 15 years ago, drawing actively. Uh, I mean, talented, the word talent is a, buzzword. Uh, I think everyone has talent. it's like it's something like height, right? Naturally, you might be long or tall or short. I think it's something like that, so I don't even think about it too much. But it's all practice, putting in the work. I want to avoid that construction stuff with the diamond shape because I was in sketch mode, but how you can be in sketch mode and be constructive at the same way? Could we talk about that? Yes. So the idea is, so we have, let's say we have gesture, right? This is loose. It's all vibe, expression, all that. So this is the mood you are talking about, right? This is the mood we want to be in. And this is mostly, let's say, right brain. Right, we don't think about the drawing too much. We just express ourselves, all that, and then there's the construction. Construction is more like we slow down and approach it with the left brain. This is the left brain. I know it's funny. So this is more intuitive, and this is like more logical, right? Like A to B to C, stuff like that. A more analytical thinking. So my solution to this is, here we like draw boxes, think about the perspective, all that stuff, think about the construction. When you do something like that, it's like you are trying to calculate, I don't know, 369 times 1,751, right? It's like we are using that slow part of our brain. By the way, there's a great book about this, Thinking Fast and Slow. It explains so much of this stuff. Let me find it. Uh, is this one? Yeah, by Daniel Kahneman. Kahneman? This one. So basically, it says in the book, we have this fast thinking part of our brains, which is like when somebody asks your name, you don't think about it, you automatically answer. And there's a slow thinking part, right? And that's when you try to calculate something like this. So my solution to this is practicing these constructions, the anatomy and basic forms, simplifications slowly. So this is the slow study. It's the slow practices, and then they become you internalize them. They become automatic, right? Like driving a car. When you first start learning driving a car, you are conscious about all the stuff, the pedals, wheel, mirrors, all that, and in time they become automatic. So the idea is that, right? You practice these simplifications, all the structure, anatomy, all that stuff. They become automatic. And then when you are performing, when you are drawing gestures, you can be expressive and you don't even think about them, right? Your mind does it automatically. And even when you are drawing gestures, you end up with at least indications of some structure, right? And then it starts looking better. But yeah, it comes with time. But yeah, the both the both practices have their place. It's not like one is right, one is wrong. They both have their places. It's a tough balancing act. Orange line I drew. The first thing I looked for, relationship between edge of the nose and the eye. Oh, okay, we are talking about the feedback. I think you need no talent, you need a goal and a plan. Totally, yeah. Uh, oh no, math. Yeah, I like math in school. After I get a good teacher that explained it well. Yeah, me too. Me as well, totally. I mean, to say I agree with you, I mean, I've seen talented guys all my life get nowhere because they didn't work out. Yeah, you know that saying, the cliche saying, uh, what was it? Talent doesn't work when it doesn't work hard or something like that. So it's, yeah, you need to, it's like a seed, right? You need to put that seed into the soil and nurture it. And guys who are pretty average just shot to the moon because of hard work, totally, yeah. So this is how I look at it, and my approach. So I try to, for me, learning something means when I can do it without thinking, right? If it's automatic, then I've learned it. And you learn that way by basically doing it a lot. And when it comes to gestures, I think it's more about shapes than forms. Of course, the shapes are somewhat a representation of the forms, but we usually, I mean, our minds usually perceive the shape first. So when you look at something like this, we perceive shapes, right? Or the silhouette, something like this, instead of forms. So yeah, I hope that answers the question, George. Sketching loose is very automatic, but should I correct the mistake or draw it and leave it? Uh, yeah, I think that depends on if you are going to continue the drawing. So if you were doing an illustration, of course you would just iterate it until to the point you are satisfied with it, right? But usually when I'm doing warm-ups or gestures, I especially try to leave some mistakes because I don't know, I like them. They feel authentic, and sometimes mistakes lead to stylization, right? Maybe you impulsively draw the leg in a weird way, and then you go for it, try to uh, take that to the next stage and try to add some forms on it, and then it might. I mean, 90% of the time it doesn't look too good, but sometimes it can end up with some different style or different expression. Okay, so let's pull up some images from Discord. So yeah, let's draw the first one TK posted. That lady with the foreshortening pose. By the way, is this image real? It looks like a 3D model or a doll or something. Anyways. Can you show it? Oh, it's in the Discord. In reference images channel. So I'm just playing it safe, not showing any content other than mine on YouTube. Quote from Pinterest, but the source was DeviantArt. Oh yeah, by the way, DeviantArt has lots of reference images. There are some accounts, they just post lots of packs of references. Usually, I think they sell them. They post like the small images. But if you are going to study gesture, it's even better to have small images so you don't get caught up in the details. I think it's their photos, but maybe some heavy editing. So also you don't have to stick too much to the reference. So for example, generally speaking, the stuff that's tangent, I mean in the reference, the part of that box is going like this, right? You might go like that. But usually in the reference, if it's something like this, it's tangent to the feed, this stuff doesn't usually look good because as a silhouette, you don't understand what's going on. So you don't have to stick to the reference 100%, right? You can just tweak it. I'll just put that line here. So you can cheat here and there. Don't be fooled by the site name. There's mail references as well. They sell photos and pics. So you can download low-res images of them for free. Yeah. So this is not the exact technique I use for gesture. But yeah, somewhat like it. And if you usually if I fear that I'm gonna mess up the drawing, you can just make a copy of it, right? And then you have the backup. No worries. Just wing it. And then let's actually do a construction stage. So for the head, for the guys who take the course, you probably know this. I go with something like this. This is my basic head form. We have a cylinder and a sphere that's encapsulating it. We have something like this. So this would be the side of the head. And then we have those three divisions. And this is the forehead. And we have the part with the eye sockets. And we have the jaw. This is my basic shape I go with. The basic form. Or let's say I'm searching like I like searching line, still looking technique. How can I build up a figure like that? Yeah, I think they all those stuff come up when you are drawing intuitively. Also, I know you record your drawings, George, but it's a good idea to record if you are working digitally or anytime you can record and then watch your process. It gives you so many ideas about your process. So let's put the cylinder. It will be something like this, right? So this would be the eye line, and then we have the nose. So head is looking kind of up, or at least it's tilted up. So chin wouldn't be like this. It would be more. So when you look from the front, it's like this. But if you are looking from the bottom part, that eye line would be something like this. And we have the nose, chin. So chin is instead of this, it becomes more like something like this. So it goes something like this. The chin, you have the nose. Right, and then we have the eyes, just putting them in roughly. And we have the mouth. Usually when I'm drawing the neck, I just look at the, those muscles with the long names, sternocleidomastoid. So neck is something like this. If you find these, you are pretty much done, right? This V shape. So I start this, I can talk, start with this landmark, like this. and then maybe find the clavicles. Yeah, and then we have the neck. So usually if I'm not practicing, even in the construction stage, I try to keep it very simple. I try to go with simple shapes or indications of directions. Like if you remember, we did an anatomy stream. Seslerini Clay must say 10 times. But usually if I'm drawing a figure, uh, if I'm unsure about some part, or if it looks off, or I can't feel it right, I try to just, don't hesitate to just go in and put in the construction to see if it fits okay, right? And I mean the rib cage, something like this. Again, finding the landmarks helps a lot. So the angle of the rib cage here is kind of weird, but if I find this, right, it's pretty much done. Because you can pretty much tell which way the rib cage is looking. And then if you think about it as a box, it would be something like this, right? It's almost looking at us, but kind of to the left, something like this. Again, you don't need to be perfect. You are doing this stage for basically yourself, right? For yourself to get a hold of the structure. And then we have the arms. Again, I'm just using the stuff from the gesture stage. I'm not going for likeness, instead going for the expression, kind of in between. Right, if you have some good gesture lines, you can just go with them. For example, in the reference, arm is looking nothing like this, right? But if you see something like this, just go for it. Maybe it will turn out uh, as a, I don't know, stylized shape or something. And we have the breasts. Oh, was that the site you were talking about, TK? Female anatomy for the artist? And also, I also look for these angles, right? So if you think about the construction of the wrist, we have that box in the wrist and box for the elbow. And we have this meat in between. You don't have to draw the box, but usually what I tend to do is just if you find this angle, then which way that box is looking, right? You find the direction, and then it's much easier to place the hand on it. Because if you want to place hand to this one, yeah, you can start with the plane and place the fingers. Yeah, I use that site all the time. I pose like that. I sometimes use simple type of gesture, stick figure, to get the angle. Yeah, totally, George. Exactly. So the simpler the problem is, better to solve. Also, even in the construction stage, you can still be loose. You don't have to define everything, right? As George said, you can just even go with stick figure stuff. Just find the directions. By the way, right now I'm not looking at proportions too much. It will probably end up with a big hand or big feet, something like that. But a good part of working digitally, you can always fix those stuff easily. Couldn't remember if I found the site from you or stumbled on it some other way. I think it's out there for a long time because I remember that website for a long time. It was around like in 2000s, I guess. And also usually I don't bother with the stuff I don't see. So for example, we don't actually see any part of the pelvis, maybe just a little bit here. So I don't even draw it. It's covered with the legs. By the way, anyone drawing along? Thanks for the hint. We'll draw along. Nice. Yeah, I think also uh, this stuff, so how you interpret these lines, so for example, this part, how you interpret this is more valuable than just making it realistic, right? For example, if you would micromanage it, you'd go with something like this or something like this, maybe a curved line, maybe something like this. It can go always, right? Of course, if you do something like this, ideally, this would be your visual language. So it's better if you use it on more areas, right? So this is like the style, let's say. So let's try to fix this part. Or maybe just fix the arm. Should be easier. Another trick I use is it's like when muscles uh, take a more angular shape when they contract. So usually when they are relaxed, uh, let's pick this arm. Usually when they are relaxed, realistically speaking, they look like something like this, right? Arm would be something like this. But when they are contracted, they become more angular. This is the tendon, this is the tendon, this is the meat. They become more like something like this, right? That's another trick I use. So looking at the figure, the parts of the figure which are applying a force to somewhere or the muscles that are contracted, you can draw them more angular, and it's something so little, but it will add to the overall, uh, let's say, realism. Even if you do it stylized, it still adds that believability. I think it's very nice to have stuff like that. So, for example, this arm is kind of resting on this one, on this sword, right? It's not too much contracted. It's just resting. You can just go with smoother lines. But this arm is kind of applying force, and you can do something like this. Maybe use more hard edges, right? And this stuff, even though the viewer won't perceive these consciously, subconsciously, we kind of perceive these stuff. And if you look at the old masters like Michelangelo and all those guys, their sculptures and drawings are full of this, right? They are little stuff all over the place. Okay, so let's, I guess, work on the face a bit more. By the way, I can never make the nose. Maybe I feel like it, but it always looks weird to me when I try to uh, draw the nose from the down angle. Maybe because of the shape. I guess everybody is drawing along since no one is typing. By the way, TK, I watched. I started watching the first episode. What was the name? Space Sweepers. Uh, Space Sweepers. But I fell asleep. I was so tired. Just walking the doggo to tire him out of for a bit. He doesn't bother me when I sit down. Oh man. Yeah, anything for the doggo. Now the series? Oh, okay, okay. I thought it was a series. I wasn't even aware of it. I watched the first period of Cadillac and Dinosaurs. Very cool. Yeah, it's really nice. I didn't even know it was there was a series. I played the game so much when I was a kid, but didn't even know the animated series. So maybe we can turn this into Vampirella, I guess. Just a standalone movie? Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I was like, "Oh, this is a really long episode." Which they'd make another. Don't think they'll ever though. Everyone should watch it. I post first iteration of the reference in the feedback section. Oh, nice. So what do you guys say? Do you think this can be Vampirella? Or I'll just go as it is. Maybe it's too much. uh, I use different colors for each stage. That helps me. Yeah, totally. As soon as you said vamp, I couldn't unsee it. Yeah, once you see it, you can't unsee it. Yeah, before going on to the final stage, I usually take a look, maybe flip it. So when I flip it, I instantly see this part is kind of huge, but you can always keep it as an exaggeration. Maybe it can come like this, or maybe we can trim a bit from here, or we can find a good rhythm line, so it's at least appealing. Yeah, I want to draw Vampirella, but I don't want the that costume. It's almost no costume, but how much we see? I think we don't see really too much. I think that could work. I like that the other actual costume more. And I don't even know what she does. She has a crossbow. She has those stuff like Batman has. The bat things he throws. Sometimes I get lost when I use opacity, so I use different colors. Yeah, totally, it works really nice. Anyways, let's start the face. We'll figure it out. Uh, I see that on an animation channel, Disney. They did that, but also other draftmans. Vampirella? There's an animation of Vampirella? If Batman has, oh, was it called Batranks? Vampiranks? Probably. It seems from the old days of scanning and copying machines where different colors wouldn't transfer. Oh yeah, I heard something like that. Maybe make this bigger so we have more pixels. Can't really find a good reference for costume. I mean, there's almost no costume, but still. Maybe Pinterest would be better. Okay. We can't about spy. Yeah, it's funny. It always sells, right? Just put a hot chick. And then she has boots. How are the boots? They are halfway to the lower leg. Okay. Yo, Sake. What's up, man? On a completely unrelated note, other than you are doing figure drawing, are you familiar with the artist Patrick Jones? Name sounds familiar. Patrick Jones. Jones artist. Oh yeah, I know this one. I used to look at his drawings so much. It's amazing. Sorry for being late. Me and friends were playing with AI tools to mess around. Nice. It's always fun to play with stuff like AI, ChatGPT. I mentioned him a couple times other than Frazetta. He's probably one of my favorite fantasy artists. Yeah, I mean, he's amazing, man. Turns out we actually have a YouTube channel. Really? Nice. Nice. I'll check it out. So since this is Umbrella, we can also get rid of the sword. Maybe she has that. What was it called? Vampirangs? Vampirangs? Sharing less for technical advice and more because his approach to mindfulness similar to yours. Figure you dig it. Yeah, I'll totally check it out. That's what I like to see, by the way. I mean, technique you can find resource tutorials everywhere, but for an artist, I like it's so valuable to share their approach, mind state. Uh, I saw that thing where she was holding that weapon or something. No, let's make it hold. I don't know. I think I'm just gonna make it up. Something like this. It's great watching this. I'm comparing it to my attempt to dispose. I'm immediately seeing why I felt mine leaking something. I was a slave to the reference in all the wrong ways. Yeah, I mean it's I do that all the time. Sometimes my mind just gets stuck in the reference. But even if it's a figure study, by the way, we did it a lot in I used to there are small art academies in pretty much every big city. I used to go to anywhere I am. I just find it and go like weekly, draw figures from real life. And one of them we always had a concept. For example, today's concept is pirates. We are drawing figures, but also study a little bit of character design, apply some pirate concepts, maybe figure had some costumes with pirates or I don't know, different stuff. So it's also nice to do stuff like this. For example, turning into a video game character or movie character you like. It makes it more fun because Even though if you love figure drawing, just drawing figures all the time, at some point you'll get bored, right? So it's always nice to add some costume, uh, add some spice to it. I also, pretty much anytime I draw a figure, I try to change something, right? Just change the hand, change the feet, try to add, I try to add something from imagination, at least a bit. Copied the legs exactly, I saw them. They fell flat in the composition. Yeah, I do that all the time as well. Then I abandoned the background and props. The figure feels ungrounded. Tried the barefoot without the ref. Well, shouldn't draw deer without reference. Deer? Feet, yeah. Okay, so let's clean this up. And then let's do some basic shading. Uh, oh, it's so many messages. Drawing feet without references is just going to take a long time. Doesn't mean you can't do it, but it's actually, once you nail down the basic shapes, the simplification, it's really easy. Still has already taken his piece further than I did. I went from gesture and structure to a rough figure. No clothes. I was just practicing anatomy. It's okay. Still saying he's doing basic shading and doing a full render, right? Nah, I just try to put in some, I don't know. I'm calling it basic because let's pull out something like this. This is a full render, right? What I'm doing, it's not full render. Uh, I use simple gesture along the curve of the forearm and then add some triangular shape up top. Yep, for the feet, yeah, totally. Anatomy is such a hassle still. Yeah, I mean, at least it's at start. It's kind of annoying. It's too much information, but once you get the basics down, I mean, you have the course, okay. Uh, I've made it as simple as I can, so it can go to realistic, also to stylized. If you just nail those basic anatomy structures, if that's a fully rendered piece, then I haven't finished any piece since I started. No, I mean it's also a choice of putting or choice of deciding how much detail you are going to put in. But yeah, for rendering we have done our assistance, or we make only concept art. Mentioning this now, so hopefully one of us remembers later when you do get around to the one-shot comic. Once you're done with the inks, I would love a copy of the PSD, practice flatting. Sure, of course. Can't find the weapon from Prelda. She has a crossbow. Maybe just throw the crossbow, I guess. Was something like this? Are you doing a 4 comma? Is it a thing, Sake? 4 comma? Like a normal page? So this is what I do. I just go into ChatGPT and ask it to write me a comic, like short comic about something. I just make up a subject, and then it just writes something around 3 or 4 pages. So I think it's a good start as a practice. So I'll just do a couple of panels. Doesn't she have a dagger? She has a dagger? I think dagger would be easier. Oh, okay, she has a dagger. Okay, dagger is better. She looks like she's stabbing herself. 3 to 4 pages? Yeah, I'll try to keep it at a length that I could finish in one stream, right? At least should be. Maybe I could do the layout in one stream and penciling in another stream, something like that. I'm just making this up, by the way. I hope uh, I'm not get bashed by some Vampirella fans. I see some images with a sword too. I think you could probably do whatever you want at this point. Some mini Vamp crossover comics. Just saw a cover where she has an M16. Really? Oh, it's a Tommy gun. Okay. Yeah, it's even better. M16 is way too big. Yeah. So let's see. We don't have much lighting detail in the reference, but we can just make something up. or we can just do something in between. So in the reference, light is coming something like this. Top left, but a little from front of her. So by the way, it also applies to shading. The all the stuff I talk in the course, like shape design, gesture. So let's say you have a face, something like this. Right? Let's say you draw the face, and I'm also designing the blocks of shadows, right? So realistically, the shadow on the nose could be something like this, right? You could go like this. But same with gesture stage, if you design some good shapes, or you can also simplify the shadows as well, or group the shadows, right? So if you have a shadow here, light is coming from here, you could just design a good shape, right? You could all simplify. So designing these shadow shapes also helps a lot. Right, you can still apply all the concepts in the gesture stage, the rhythm, and the connections, harmony, continuity, all those concepts in all stages. Basically, you can apply them in the shadows, rendering, uh, highlight shapes. Never really thought of it. Maybe I should break down facial features so that I can make shadows easier. Yeah, and this also, I mean, I don't know if it's for me, but when I focus on designing good shapes for the shadows, sometimes you get stifled, you get stuck in your head, you overthink when you are shading, especially when we slow down, we start to think more in the rendering stage, the latest stages. So normally, I mean, naturally, as you think more, you also doubt more. So when I focus on just designing good shapes with the shadows, I tend to get not stifled myself too much. So by the way, that's what I was trying to say to Muhammad. Like when I'm drawing gesture, I try not to think about the figure, right? Just trying to play with lines, make good rhythm lines, make good connections, make good relationships between the lines. Because your mind automatically does that, right? Your mind automatically thinks about the figure. Probably it's for me like that because if I think too much about drawing a figure, my mind kind of, I mean, I kind of get in the way of my mind. So it kind of works same way with shading. I don't know, maybe it's like tricking your mind, right? If you think about too much, uh, you kind of get stuck. It's like tricking your mind into like saying to your mind, okay, let's design some good shapes. I guess you can take that practice and iterate to use Steele's favorite word toward finish first, finished piece. Yeah. So when I'm looking at the reference, we have a shadow shape like this. So we can just stylize and simplify it. Maybe just go like this. Make a triangle, and then just do something like this. Maybe just connect this part, group this whole area. And then just I don't know, do something like this. By the way, I really like comic book shading method. It's really, I mean, as a as theory, it's really simple and easy to understand. It's like you have a sphere, let's say, light is coming like this. You have the core shadow, and you have the black part, and we have this gradation, right? I really like this. Also, that's how they shade in comics. I mean, everybody has different style, different nuances to it, but yeah, this is the basic idea behind it, right? They add hatchings. Yeah, it's like this is the core shadow. So if you look at the sphere, if light is coming like this, we are looking from the side. Light rays go like this. So if light is hitting uh, in an angle close to 90 degrees, it's the brightest point. And if it's just passing by, it's the darkest point, right? So darkest point would be this core shadow, and it grades out like that. And this part is in the shadow. This is just this is the basic idea behind it. It's all there is to it. You just do this with spheres, cylinders, and when it comes to figure, you just think about shapes like that, right? I don't know, you do something like this. Maybe you think about that part of the arm. It's coming front like this. So you maybe go like this. But it's not a hard edge. So we can go like this, right? It's kind of fades out. And again, here, the part of the deltoid, it's not a straight end. I'm just overdoing it to show, but yeah, something like this. Some people's obsession with hatching overcomplicates it, yeah. Sometimes I find myself in a hypnosis as well. I'm just hypnotizing myself, just hatching like this. Start with fundamentals. You can go a long way with hatching. Yeah, yeah, totally. I mean, pretty much every master I've met or watched or saw, they all say the same thing, right? Detail comes with time. Just nail down the fundamentals, and eventually you will add more detail, add more to it from yourself, more nuances. So again, by the way, the Todd McFarlane explains it very good in the video TK posted. Uh, it's always more important to, I mean, this is also an opinion, but at least when you are drawing comics or illustration or stylized stuff, it's always more important to make it appealing than to make it realistic. Or if we, or to put it another way, let's say believability is more important than being realistic, right? So I'm just, for example, here I'm just thinking about the body, the torso, kind of dropping a cast shadow on it. But I just found a shape that I like. It looks like a cast shadow, but I'll just leave it like that, right? It's also not explaining everything, kind of leaving some stuff to the viewer to interpret. So maybe I can do something like this. For sure, I've definitely gone through. I'm told McFarlane a couple of stages as youngster. Don't think that was a surface that wasn't hatched. Yeah, it's like when you learn something, you kind of do it all over the place, right? But yeah, for me, when I look at this, even these are extra, right? You can just remove that. It's too much. Maybe a couple of these, maybe a couple of these. That tells the form. David Finch has a really good hatching basics video. Basically covers what Steele has said, but he shows how you can break the basic rules a bit too. I might have watched it. I used to watch the live streams. By the way, David, I first watched David Finch a very long time ago. I bought this DVD from Gnomon Workshop. Yes, there was DVDs back in the day. You bought them and ordered them and wait for the DVD to arrive and then watch the tutorial. uh, so I first watched David Finch was doing a comic book illustration course on Gnomon Workshop, and I was like amazed. Then again, I found his YouTube channel. Just I don't know if I watched all of it, but consumed lots of videos. No laser discs. Yeah. Today I don't even have a DVD player. Once I tried to put my PS2 game disc in the DVD. I can't say it turned out well. Last two pieces I built, and yeah, it's like it's over, right? That age is over, almost obsolete at this point. Yeah, I think it's was it a couple of months ago. I went to hospital to. I think it was for my finger. They took a X-ray film, and I asked them if they could give me you know, the image in digital format. They were like, we can write it on CD. And I asked them, do you have CD driver in your home? They are like, nope. If you want to burn all the physical content, it's easier to just buy a standalone device. Yeah. Yeah, I had one of those standalone external drives. My best mate is an electrical engineer for a medical imaging company. He said all their devices are digital now, no physical media. Yeah, some of the hospitals and medical companies are like ancient Fujifilm, that's the company. Okay. Wait, still light bounces around, right? So when the ball gets hit by light on the floor, does the ball get reflected light on it? Yeah. For example, if you, I mean, I'm really explaining it very, very simple, but there are all that stuff as well. Light comes like this, bounces like this from all here. So if you have a white background, it would be something like this, right? There's also environment light. So if it's a lit environment, the shadow part would be more light. But if it's, let's say this is in a dark room and this is the only light source, it would be more dark, right? Like this. And then there's ambient occlusion. It's like when two objects come close to each other. It's like you have this soft shadow like this. It's not a direct shadow, but it's like it's occlusion shadow. There are all these stuff, but I'm just explaining the very basic idea. If you just nail this down, the rest will come. Fujifilm, is that the one makes those old photo films? Yeah, I remember they were doing lots of photograph machines. They were really big in the like 80s, 90s. They used to, most of their businesses, medical imaging machines like X-ray. Oh, they are doing that stuff right now. So that becomes the midtones. Yeah, it's all that bounce light, the reflected light are making the midtones. So if it's a lit environment, usually shadows are lighter instead of pitch black. But let's say you turn off all the lights in the room, just light a candle or something. The shadows would be more darker because it's the only light source and light bounces less, or there's less light in the room. And even though if you are going to render it all the way, I don't know, maybe do a realistic rendering or something like that. Again, you start with something like this, right? You lay down the flats and the shadow shapes, and then you just blend them, right? That's the basic approach. But yeah, we are not going to live forever, so I would rather keep it simple. But yeah, of course, it's a personal choice. I mean, if you want to render the whole thing, go crazy with it, of course, go ahead. Yeah, I guess I'll leave it something like this. Uh, Sake is a much smarter dude than I am. Sake, yeah, Sake is smarter than all of us. Or I don't know. Are you talking about Sake? If you are talking about Sake, yeah, Sake is the ultimate Beat Saber master mouse god, all per night person, insane artificial intelligence, ultimate uber mega ultra. He's he isn't talking about me, but still, yeah. Nice. It's 2 hours and I haven't made a break. That's nice. 2 hours of focus. But I agree with Steel anyway. Yeah. So I'll go grab a coffee, guys, and then maybe we look at some Discord stuff and maybe draw Earthworm Gym later. We'll see. So I'll be right back. Grab some snacks, drinks. Okie dokie, we are back. Let's see. Oh, I love those images, okay? Behind the scenes animes. Let's see. Oh, I remember now. Okay, the figure studies of TK. I love that box. Okay. Is she going to beat me with that crowbar? Oh yeah, this looks like a crowbar. Give me ideas still. I need to draw something. Hmm. Uh, so everyone type an animal, and then Sake you just mix those animals and draw that. So maybe okay, I'll start with crocodile. Maybe draw some guy with a crocodile head. I don't know. Axolot? Is that a typo? Is that a autocorrect thing or is that a thing? That's a real animal? What? Axo. What? Oh, this one. Okay, I saw this so many times on social media. It's so funny. Yeah, this is a good idea. It's okay, you can just draw this. Should be easy for you. Yeah, Mohammed mentioned uh, Earthworm Jim. I really want to draw Earthworm Jim. Meme gold, yeah. So Mother Nature loves memes, I guess. She makes meme animals. Oh man, I miss this game so much. Yeah, okay. Apparently, I'm drawing on the background. Axolotl. How do you pronounce it? Axolotl? Axolotl? Are such strange creatures. They're regenerating powers like Deadpool, really? By the way, I'm so excited for Deadpool and Wolverine. Pronounced just like that, you nailed it. Nice. Deadpool and Wolverine, waiting for that to, yeah. I mean, this year, I think this year is a good, really good year for movies. There are lots of stuff I'm waiting for. There's the uh, Venom. There's new Alien series coming. Bad Boys 4. What else? Beetlejuice. And I think new Avengers movie coming up. Is it? Maybe it's 2025. I'm not sure. I'm kind of over superhero movies in general, but won't be skipping that one. Yeah, I'll watch anything with Wolverine. Also love Deadpool. Uh, have you seen Fallout yet, by the way? I saw, they released the TV series. They also made a discount on the Fallout 4. I saw that on the store, but I'm too scared to get it. because it takes a month pretty much. I mean, Fallout 3, literally played it for a month, doing all the side quests, all the exploration stuff. Not yet, probably binge that one of these weekends. It's totally worth it. I really loved it. It's one, I think, in my opinion, it's one of those adaptations in the level of, Witcher, One Piece. Believe it or not, the only time I ever played Fallout was over at a friend's place a few times. It's a really good game, but yeah, it takes so much time. I remember drawing Earthworm Jim back in the day. Yeah, man, this game tilted me so much. I remember getting having rage quits, destroying the gamepad. So it was kind of hard. This game was not easy. I don't remember the game very well, but I do remember getting tilted. Yeah, me too. I mean, if I open it up, I probably won't remember the levels. By the way, was it Shiny Entertainment? I think it's Shiny Entertainment who did Earthworm Jim. They also made a game called MDK, and that's like my favorite game of all times. Not because it's a, I mean, objectively good game, but I have so many memories. Just memories, yeah. Tenchu Stealth Assassin is that game for me. Do I know that? Tenchu Stealth Assassins. No, I don't know that. 1998 stealth video game. Nice. I love stealth games. Buddy and me played the absolute hell out of that game together. It's some of my finest childhood memories. Is it co-op or? No co-op, we just took turns, yeah. Yeah, wasn't it, I think, wasn't it like that? Pretty much for all the old school games. I remember playing games with my brother, like on the same keyboard. We were playing fighting games on the same keyboard. And the old keyboards had this limit of number of keys can be pressed at the same time. So if you would press too many keys at the same time, keyboard just uh, blocked the input. So he was always trolling me. Uh, when he was about to lose, he just pressed lots of keys and I couldn't make any inputs. And then he beat me. I also remember playing Gran Turismo with my cousin, and there were these Le Mans races in Gran Turismo. Like literally, you race for like 24 hours, 12 hours in the game. You literally race for 24 hours, and we took turns and went on and did that. But I mean, we were like 13 or something. We had nothing better to do. We lose ourselves in that time game our lunch. Once we noticed we'd often just screw it and skip the rest of the school day. Sake, don't do that. Yeah, I also remember skipping high school and that there were internet cafes back then, and we used to skip school, go to the internet cafes, like 5 people or 8 people, something like that. And we played like, Counter Strike and all that stuff. Warcraft 3, Counter Strike, that was the games I think we played the most. Our small town is uncultured, never had internet cafes, and arcade shut down by the time we were in high school. Thankfully, most of us had consoles by that time. Yeah, it's like that era, right? Since when the consoles became a thing, it's the same time arcades started shutting down. One or two even had PCs to game on, yeah. By the way, last day I went to the When I arcade, I used to go when I was like 8 years old or something. It's still there. It's still an arcade, but it's like uh, there was no games. It was like all that, entertainment centers. There are like basketball stuff for children, stuff like that. There was only Street Fighter 4, and yeah, yeah, PS1 and PS2 era, right? Good for them keeping the lights on. Yeah, I was thinking about that. Uh, how did they survive? Unfortunately, the games are gone. Yeah, I mean, I think you could do it. I don't know if they still released arcade versions. of the games. But yeah, so here there are lots of PlayStation cafes now. There are lots of cafes like, people hang out, play PlayStation, stuff like that. There's a whole hobby around rebuilding old arcade games. Simple Raspberry Pis can do it basically. Yeah, I mean, obviously you wouldn't make too much money from it, but yeah, at least it would satisfy a niche. I don't know if it's legal or not, but there are lots of emulators as well. But it's probably illegal, right? Some require beefier tech, but nothing like what we see in modern gaming PCs, though. Yeah, I even saw, if I'm not mistaken, there was Mega Man collection for mobile, or lots of other arcade collections you could play on your phone. Worked with a guy at the airport who was an old arcade collector. He didn't refurbish. Yeah, I regret that, throwing away old stuff. Not sure about legality. Yeah, obviously, no one can know what you do in your personal computer, but yeah, probably if you run a business about it, someone's probably come and like, what's up? I mean, it makes sense since you don't pay for them later. They don't make any money from it. It makes sense, it's illegal. Anybody posted anything? Yep. Okay. So I guess that's it for me. At least for now. My niece is here, so I'm gonna spend some time with her. I can't make sentences today. I confused the location of the words. Weird. I don't know how the companies that sell old arcades do it. Maybe they have rights. Maybe copyright expired. It might be, yeah. It might be a timed rights. Have you seen Nintendo, the movie? I don't know if it's 100% accurate, but there are some stuff like that in the movie. But yeah, I think they distributed lots of different versions of the games, like for Europe, Asia, US, Japan, with different terms and conditions, I guess. Enjoy the fun time. Be sitting down to draw myself. Catch everyone on Discord. Yep. Thanks, guys. I'll see you on Discord. And I'll see you on next time. Probably gonna stream weekend as well. Just gonna finish the illustration. I was out all the time, so I wasn't even at home. Couldn't do much. So I really want to finish that. Yeah. So thanks, guys. I'll see you around and take care.
There's a lot of things to do here. You should participate. There's a lot of places to go. You're not allowed to stay. You can be anything you want. You can be as long as it's more. Make time, take its time. You only live once, and once you're done, everyone forgets. Every second counts is what you amount, they fill your head. No regrets, nothing except you never slept. Oh, I think it's all pretend. Maybe this never ends. Only live once, but once you're done, everyone forgets. Don't let them forget. Every second counts is what you amount. you never slept. Oh, I think it's all pretend. Maybe this may